Welcome back everyone. Today we're going over the sub-assemblies from this 96 E4OD. I'm going to quickly go over what these parts are, and I do have to reference some literature for the valve body because I'm not perfect. But we're going to start with the pump. You saw us take that apart in the main teardown video. Then here we have our coast clutch drum, our direct drum, our forward drum, our accumulator pack, which is very bright, our upper valve body, and our lower valve body. With the pump, you saw us take it apart. Here's our pump cover. I've left the bolts in there just so that I know where they go, but we've gone through and we've checked the wear in our gears, and there's very minimal. I mean, we can't get our nail across it, right? And we've checked this gear as well. No wear. And we've checked inside on our surfaces. There's no grooves or gouges. The inside of this transmission was actually very clean. It was a very well looked after unit as far as I'm concerned. Here's your stator. And again, we're looking for the wear in here, and there's nothing there that my fingernail will grab. So our pump looks to be in excellent condition. So next, of course, is the coastal clutch assembly. We did take all these drums apart and look at the clutches when we did it, but I put them back together for this video. So we'll get in here and we'll pull our snap ring out. Try not to let our overdrive send gear fall out. So here's our clutch pack for the coastal clutch. All these clutches look to be in decent shape. There's no burn marks, no excessive wear. Let's move on to our direct drum. And we'll get our direct clutches out. Just like that. Set our drum down. We'll look at our apply plate and see that it's in good shape. Well, that one is a little burnt. In fact, they're all a little burnt, but not the steels, just the clutches. So now, of course, we have our spring there that's holding in this snap ring. So we're gonna go get our clamps and set them up. There we go. Now we'll slowly release our spring pack. Here's our spring cage. And then down inside here, that's just our thrust washer. Down inside here is our piston. And we're checking for wear on it. And my nail does catch a groove there, and it doesn't go all the way around. And then we of course have a seal inside here. This seal would be replaced in the event of a rebuild. But other than that seal, that is a stripped direct drum. So we'll set that down. I would likely replace that piston if I were rebuilding this transmission. I'm not 100% confident on that little scratch I saw. Forward drum. There we are. Here's our forward clutch pack with our wave plate and our tapered end plate. And we'll go through our clutches and our steels. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary here. Everything looks to be in good shape, no excessive wear, no burning, even our end plate. Okay, we'll set these guys aside. There's our lower snap ring. Get this return spring out. And our piston. There is a sort of a Mickey Mouse looking bearing in there. There is of course we got to get our little thrust washer out of here. Stuck with the oil. But there is seals located here, here, and here on the drum. Those will need to be replaced. And we have our piston. This piston looks to be in good shape. I don't see any real notable wear anywhere. There we go. The pistons aren't going in. Don't force them. Make sure they're nice and wet and then spin them. They'll drop right in there. So we've gone through all our drums. Let's talk a bit about the valve body. So we're into our lower valve body here, and right now I'm pulling out the 1 to 2 transition valve. Here's our 1 to 2 transition valve. Pull out our little clip on this valve. This is our engagement control valve. Get our little plug out of there. Of course, I'm going to try and keep all this separate and organized. I'll pull our spring out. That goes right behind the plug. And then we'll just gently work our valve out. And there's a stripped lower valve body. Now we're getting into the upper valve body. Now, of course, we have our manual valve here, which is held in by this circlip, which I didn't let go flying, I swear. So we'll pull our manual valve our manual valve out. This is, of course, what engages with your shift selector, so you can manually throw it down into first or second. This here is our 2 to 3 shift valve. So we'll gently pull that out. So there's our 2 to 3 valve. Here's our 3 to 4 valve. Here's our retainer for it. And then we have our little plug, our little cap. Trying to see if we could work it out. I don't think that's the case. I'm only able to work it back and forth. I think we're going to move on. We're going to move on to our low reverse modulator valve. We got her. Low reverse modulator valve. Let's get this guy. There's our spring. We'll set him inside and we'll work out our valve. Okay, so besides from our 3-4, we have this half of the valve body done. And we're going to move forward to the lower half here. And we're going to start with the 1 to 2 shift valve. Pulling out our retainer. You see all the other little caps come right out. So I'm just slowly working it out. There's our completed 1 to 2 valve. Note there was no spring with this one. Our second, third, and fourth timing valve. There we go, there's our springs. There we go. He was part of our low reverse. Now let's get this plate out and we can pull the rest of our timing valve out. There's our spring. Oh no, it's a different spring. There we go. There's the rest of our timing valve. Now we're onto our coast clutch shift valve, which I will politely pull the retainer out for. There's our spring. There is our coast clutch valve. And moving on to our solenoid regulator valve. These retainers are always a little tricky. And here is our solenoid regulator valve. So there is a stripped valve body. And my light's dying. Alrighty, I'm back with a nice bright light. And we now have our accumulator pack that we're working on. And the accumulator pack has our line pressure modulator valve right here. There we are. And out that comes. One of our valve body bolts threads in. There we go. So maybe knowing that, we'll revisit our problematic plug over on this side. But with that being said, we should now be able to get our 1 to 2 accumulator springs and the valve out. There we go. There we go. There's our 1 to 2 accumulator valve. So now we'll move on to our 2-3. So use our little trick here. Valve body bolt threads in. Out comes the plug. There's our 2-3 accumulator spring. Let's get our second one. Pull out this second retainer. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear a spring moving. And I'm thinking it's in our 3 to 4 accumulator. Just like this guy could move around inside of our 2 to 3. Alrighty. Here's the cap for our 3-4. And yeah, that was definitely the spring I was hearing. Pull out our second retainer. Slowly work our valve out. We've caught our piston. Sorry, we've caught our spring. There we go. So there's our fully stripped accumulator. All our accumulator goodies. All our valve body goodies. Okay, so these were kind of tricky, but we learned that a valve body bolt's the perfect thread pitch to get in there and use it as a puller. Be very careful when you're doing all this. You don't want to damage the sealing surfaces on the valve body or the accumulator pack. If you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching. This was super fun. If you enjoyed, definitely give us a like and a subscribe. It helps the channel grow. We post pretty regularly. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.